Hello all, welcome to EIMS Enterprise Inventory Management Software Demo Series. In this video, we'll be looking at a couple of new features added in release 2.2. The first is on the help desk. We have added two features, that is Enquiry and Quotation. So the Enquiry is when a customer comes in and requests for some details. Those details we can capture it in the Enquiry and keep a track of the user actions. Now let's look at the Enquiry. So you can help desk Enquiry, new Enquiry. So this is the Enquiry form. So we'll enter the customer name, title. So title is what is the product which the customer is asking for. And the description. So if we have, say, when the customer wants to buy, or some other features which they want to add on. And next is their phone number. And the expected revisit is when the customer is planned to revisit. If it is unknown, we can leave it as empty. And the hot or warm is indication that whether the customer is likely to come or unlikely. Most of the time it is hot only, so we'll leave it hot. And now the Enquiry has been saved. So now if you go to search Enquiry, you can see that the new Enquiry has been saved. Just click on it and it will populate it. Assume that we are calling this customer on this after 1 month, and they are saying that the plan is postponed to next month. So we can add a note. So now you can see that the plan is postponed to next month. And now when we do a search, we can see that the plan is postponed to next month and the number. So from our office, we can based on the last call, we can decide whether to call it today or not. And we have the last updated date. Based on the last update, we can decide whether to call this customer again or not. So if the customer has cancelled this inquiry, say they have purchased product some other else, we can click on cancel. User cancelled. So what happens this will, next time we don't have to call again. So once we come to know that now we can choose the cancel and search on cancel, we can see that cancel. So by default only the pending will be listed. So these are the customers which we need to follow up. So the cancelled means the customer has cancelled it and we don't have to follow up again. And if the customer wants to reopen it, we can click it and reopen. And now you can see that it is again reopened. So on clicking of the inquiry, we can see the list of action which the customer has been performed. So we had a note and then user cancelled and now user again reopened. So this is the feature of inquiry. So with this, we can, once the customer comes, we can follow up with them and we can keep a track of the entire user action of this inquiry. Now let's go to the next option, that is the next is the quotation. So this is a quotation. So under help desk, we have quotation, new quotation. Here we will list all the products. So based on the category, it will list you the product, just like the invoice. And on clicking of it, it will show you the branch and the quantity. That means in the Dindivanam branch, we have 2 quantity, and in Chennai branch, we have 2 quantity. So whenever we want to see a product's quantity at the branch level, we can look at the quotation And when the customer comes and asks for a quotation, we just want to know at which branch how much quantity is there. So if you decide to give from the Dindivanam branch, just click on the Dindivanam and you can see that the price and all these things, just add it. And you can see that the items added. What is the prices? And now let's see, we can add any spare. So this spare has 25 items. So just click on it and we have add the quotation for a product and a spare. Now we have two items. Just click on this shopping cart and you will see the two items. They're similar to the invoice flow. And click on next. And here we enter the customer details. So what is the customer name and what is their phone number? If a customer is already there, you can just click on this search button and you can see that the search result will be there. Just click on it and it will be auto-populated and click on next and you'll see all this information, quotation number, date, status. And if you have an inquiry, you can enter the inquiry number, otherwise leave it empty. And you can see that the quotation for the two products. Now on clicking of print, you'll get the quotation printed. So now you can see that this is a quotation. You have the company logo and the office address and the customer details and then product of two quotation and your bank details and the amount and some of the basic instructions. So this is a quotation and you can see the quotation number, everything. And we can search in the, just like the inquiry, we can search the quotation. Click on search, you can see the quotation. Click on it, it will open. And once you're done, you can go to new quotation, just click on the new quotation here. It will go start from the beginning. And the other thing we did is on the invoice. So now we saw that in quotation, when you click a quotation, we'll see the branch and the quantity. Under invoice, when we click on this, we'll get the branch and the specific item details, that is the engine number, chassis number. And for Dindivanam, we have this engine number, this chassis number. For Chennai, we have this engine number, chassis number, and Dindivanam. So at item level, we'll display all the four items. So these are the four items, and this is the aggregation of that four items, which is split into two Dindivanam, two Chennai. And you can see that Dindivanam to Chennai 2. And apart from that, we also have a search here. So we can do a search here and it will list you the search based on the engine number. And this again is the same like the quotation. You can just click on it, search customer, save, print. We have the invoice printed. So this is the invoice. We have the organization logo and address and the item which added, and then the HSN which is for the GST. We have all these details and then and the authorized signature. And now we can see that the invoice is in created stage. We can add a payment. Just click on the payment and it will show you the amount details, amount due. And assume that we are getting the amount from the credit card. Just click on it and you can see that the credit card has been added and the remaining due is 4,800. Just click on it. Let's say the 4,800 is cash and we can see that now the remaining due is 0 and the status is completed. That means the invoice has been completed. So apart from that, we also have the inventory, which you can look at in our previous videos. And that's all we had for this demo. We'll meet again in the next video. Thank you.